Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari, Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari, Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari, Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari. Shri Shri Radha Madhava ki Gaura Premanande, Hare Hare. Krishna, thank you. So nice to sing with you, Jaya Radha Madhava. Could do it the whole hour. Or I was thinking, man, we could sing the whole hour Jaya Radha Madhava. It was so nice. But we also like to hear from the Srimad Bhagavatam. It's also transcendental. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So, we are reading from the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 20, Verse 6. We are continuing. Is it on the board? No? It's okay, I think maybe. Today actually we have a little bit different class. We have to read some few verses and some few topics what I picked out that we have a little, how to say, impact about some few topics. And yeah, time is not long, we know. It goes quick. That's why let's keep it short, and we have to read too many verses. So let's see how far we come. Okay. And many verses don't have purports. That's why also we read further and further. Okay. Lakshadeshu panchasu Purushanam ayur indriyam ujasaho palam buddhir vikrama iticha sarvesham outpattiki siddhir avesheshana vartate. So let's read the translation. There is no purport. Jai Shri Shri Baladakshmi Sivadeva Ki Jai Shri Baladev Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Ki Shri Shri Govinda Ki Jai. Sorry, I'm used to say Shri Shri Baladakshmi Sivadeva Ki Jai. Okay, let's read the translation. O King, longevity, sensory, powers, physical and mental strength, intelligence, and bravery are naturally and equally manifested in all the inhabitants of the 5 islands headed by Plakshatvipa. Actually, everybody understands English? So far, so good. You? You're okay with English?
Jeff understands good.
Okay.
Bhakta Sergey don't understand.
Bhakta, you have your mobile phone. Okay, nice. Actually, here I was thinking somehow that, some similarity by this verse, what we read now, to a verse, a little bit, like it's a slight similarity, it's not complete similar, but verse from the end of the Bhagavad Gita, verse 43, it describes the qualities of Kshatriyas, actually. And somehow, to me, it sounds, this verse, a little bit like Kshatriya elements. We can read it again. Longevity, sensory powers, physical and mental strength, intelligence, bravery are the naturally and equally manifested in all the inhabitants of the 5 islands headed by Plakshatvipa. Maybe mostly Kshatriyas are residing there, I don't know. Sounds like a little bit. From the Bhagavad Gita, this verse goes like there is like heroism, power, determination, resourcefulness, courage in battle, generosity and leadership is described are the naturally qualities of Kshatriyas. It's a little bit different. There's more in this verse. We have more the bodily power and strength, but still I think it's a little bit sounds like Kshatriya qualities. Wanted to mention. Okay, let's read the next verse. Now we will only read the translations, otherwise we will not end. We have many verses and with some few topics. Plakshatvipa is surrounded by an ocean of sugarcane juice, equal in breadth to the island itself. Similarly, there is then another island, Shalmalidvipa, twice as broad as Plakshatvipa. It means 400,000 yojanas, or 3,200,000 miles, and surrounded by an equally broad body of water called Surasagara, the ocean that tastes like liquor. It's interesting, it's not written that liquor is inside, it tastes like liquor.
Big ocean of beer?
Huh? Liquor. Maybe not beer, but it's a little bit more tamasic even. I don't know. Both are tamasic because of alcohol. Alcohol is actually mentioned as tamasic. Actually, before, if a brahmana was touching alcohol, he was like almost outcast. He was like he was outcast. He lost his brahminical status. Huh? Varuni?
Varuni is to have little
alcohol. When it's too much, then it's tamasic. Then it's not really sattvic. If it's fresh mixed with honey and yogurt, then it's nice, then it's sattvic, and it's Balaram's favorite juice. He can do it. He's a little bit too much transcendental, and he's so and so with and without Varuni in bliss and in. Yeah. Okay, let's read the next verse. On Shalmalidvipa, there is a Shalmali tree, from which the island takes its name. And this is interesting. This is actually a silk cotton tree. A very huge one. A really huge one. It will be described. That tree is as broad and tall as the Plaksha tree. In other words, 100 yojanas, that means 800 miles. Can you imagine 800 miles? Broad and 1,100 yojanas, that means 8,800 miles tall. Never ending. Almost for us would be, we would not see the end. Learned scholars say that this gigantic tree is the residence of Garuda. Now we have here an interesting topic. We will speak a little bit about Garuda, because he's a very nice devotee. And he's the king of all birds and carrier, or it's like also described as Varaha, it's like the carrier of Lord Vishnu. In that tree, Garuda offers Lord Vishnu his Vedic prayers. That means in this very, very, very huge tree, Garuda is sometimes residing, sitting inside. He's very cool. He has such a huge tree. But he's also a big personality, and he has chosen this such, or he got this tree that he can reside inside. And he is glorifying Lord Vishnu. And I wanted to say some words about Garuda because he's special. He's a very special devotee. And maybe to know a little bit something about Garuda, it's nice. Actually, he's actually, how to say, how we should start. He's like half bird, half man. It's explained that he has like a body, like a human, but for example, like nails, like a bird, and what is this? Schnabel, beak, yeah. And he has wings, big wings, can fly, can make even like it's almost like a tornado. If he starts to, it's really powerful, super powerful. And yeah, he has a crown, a wonderful crown, like Lord Vishnu. And there is, Kashyapa Muni is his father. He's a huge saint, Kashyapa Muni. And Vinata is the mother. And once Kashyapa Muni got blessings from sages, from many, many, many sages, I think 60,000 small sages. And he got the blessing, and somehow he was so detached, Kashyapa Muni thought, okay, let's give it these blessings to my wife, and he gave it to her good wife. That's actually the nice. If you have a woman has a nice husband, she gets a lot of benefit, and she got this benefit, so-called from his husband and from the sages, and afterwards she got a child. She gave birth to a child, but it was an egg. it was like an egg. And Garuda was inside. And Garuda, that's why he became so powerful somehow. And one day, somehow, Garuda's mother, Vinata is her name. She gets, how to say, kidnapped. She was kidnapped by another woman. Kadru is her name. And then somehow, I don't know the exact story, but somehow Kadru told if she would get some soma, this nectar juice, then she could hand out her mother. And Garuda was, okay, let's do it. I need this nectar. I need to free my mother. And he went up to the heavenly planets where Indra is residing, and he wanted to have this juice, this Soma Rasa. And Indra was, this is my juice, sorry. It's like for immortality, this juice, and Indra don't want it to give it. And then actually Indra sent it his soldiers and his army, and Garuda destroyed all of them. The whole army of Indra. They was said, okay, and then somehow he took the Soma, and he fly away, and then he could, how to say, he could deliver, or he could free his mother. And there was also another story, actually also connected with Indra. Somehow Indra is all the time in different stories where there are some troubles. Some troubles are created somehow, because Indra is also sometimes a little bit proud to his opulence and everything, and somehow Indra got also in different difficult stories. And also in this case, there was some snake. Let me remember what is. I don't know the name of the snake. Anyway, there were one little bit powerful snake in the heavenly planets, and somehow Indra gave him the blessing that he can become immortal. I think by drinking, maybe it was a somarasa or whatever. And Garuda was somehow disturbed. He said, what? I mean, sorry, I'm Garuda, and actually the snakes are my food only. That he's immortal. It's not possible. And actually, one other story before. One other story before. If this happened, that Garuda delivered his mother, actually Vishnu was aware of it. Wow, Garuda is a nice guy. He's very strong and he's really powerful. And then actually Vishnu approached him and asked him if Garuda could become his carrier, his personal carrier. That if Vishnu likes to go somewhere, he's calling Garuda, please come. And Vishnu is sitting on the back of Garuda, and they are traveling somewhere. There's some nice pictures also. There's one nice picture. I even have this picture. I got it as a present from somebody, from one devotee. It's a small picture, and there is Garuda on it, how he's flying in the air, and Vishnu is sitting on him. And what is the Gajendra, the elephant? If he's suffering from the crocodile, and he's calling with the lotus flower to Vishnu, and then Vishnu is coming with Garuda. And this is a nice picture painted. I have this nice picture in our preaching flat in Linz. We have this small picture. If you like to visit us once, you can visit the picture also. Okay, and so Vishnu asked Garuda to become his carrier, and and Garuda told, okay, but only under two different, Bedingungen? Huh? Conditions. And Vishnu told, okay, which kind of conditions do you like to have? And Garuda told, I would like to be like a little bit higher position like you, Vishnu. I should be placed on a higher. Okay, you should have it. It's okay. And he told, and I would like to be immortal. I said, okay, let's have it. Okay, it's good. And then, actually, afterwards, this story was with the snake, with Indra, and then Garuda became disturbed. What's up? Like this guy, this snake, the immortal, and he went to again to Indra. He was lamenting and he was fighting. What's up? How are you? And anyway, and then actually Garuda made an insult to Vishnu, because he told then to Indra, look, I'm even higher almost than Vishnu. I'm in a higher position. And then, that was a little bit not so nice of him. And actually, that's why he got almost like a curse. I mean, not a curse, but Garuda was he got a punishment from Vishnu, and somehow he was garlanded. He got a garland by a snake. It was not so nice for him to know. Like it was his food, and he got a snake garland by Vishnu that he should learn. He's not higher than Vishnu. And actually, then he became humble. But actually, he's really nice. He's a nice devotee. It's really powerful. Anyway, there is also another nice story, but maybe next time. There's also a very nice story. I like this story, but maybe for next time, because we have many other things. Let's go further. And also, actually, there is like Garuda Puranas. There is also like a Garuda Purana, and Garuda Upanishad even, I think, and in Mahabharata is something described. Anyway, there are different scriptures we can read about Garuda. But let's go to our next verse, verse 9. The son of Maharaj Priyavrata, we heard from his sons last time, named Yajna Bahu, the master of Salmalitvipa, divided the island into 7 tracts of land, which he have to his which he gave to his 7 sons. It was like a parampara. Also Maharaj Priyavrata got it and gave it to one son, and the son gave it to his sons. It was like a parampara. And the names of those divisions which correspond to the names of the sons are Surochana, Saumanasya, Ramanaka, Deva Vrasha, Paribhadra, Apyayana, and Avijnata. So now let's read the next verse, verse 5:20:10. Hare Krishna Mataji. Welcome. Nice that we have so many together by Bhagavatam. It's nice. Okay, verse 10. In those tracts, in those tracts of land, there are 7 mountains: Svarsha, Shatashringa, Vamadeva, Kunda, Mukunda, Pushpa Varsha, and Sahasra Shruti. There are also 7 rivers: Anumati, Sinivali, Sarasvati, Kuhu, Rajani, Nanda, and Araka. They are still existing. So, and now let's go to the next verse, verse 11. Strictly following the cult of Varnashram Dharma, we heard about, it's very important. The inhabitants of those islands, who are known as Shrutidharas, Viryadharas, Vasundharas, and Ishodharas, all worship the expansions of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, named Soma, the moon god. So now we have here again an interesting topic, actually 2 parts, but we have not so much time, but actually only some very short few words to Varnashrama. We heard yesterday a very interesting lecture by Divya Simha Prabhu. He was mentioning a little bit also the Varnashram topic, and I personally like it also. And I also personally see it is really necessary for us, even often that we don't like it that much in the execution, that we are somehow in these rules and regulations, on these boundaries, so-called, but they are not really boundaries. They are actually boundaries of freedom, so-called. Similar like our spiritual praxis, we could say also, we are in some sense bound by this praxis, but on the other side, there are boundaries for liberation. They give us actually the liberation out of this material world and this suffering from this material world. And that's why they are really very important for us and good. And also this system of Varnashram. And again, yesterday we mentioned also, but it is actually Prabhupada is describing in Srimad Bhagavatam that only on a very, very elevated platform we would not need any more Varnashram. Actually, because if somebody is on a very high platform, then he is not bound, so-called, or he's even free from to be like a kshatriya or a brahmana or even whatever, even a sannyasi. He's like transcendental. He don't has to act according some varnas or ashramas or whatever. He's Krishna conscious. When somebody is fully Krishna conscious, he don't need this. But till we need it. And many of us, hopefully you, yes, but I'm not now on this elevated platform, and that's why we need some like brahmachari, this, that, grihastha. We need these regulations that we can in a safe way progress in our spiritual life. And this helps us. Okay, then to the next topic, to Soma, to the moon god. Also Chandra is also his name. Chandra is also a very powerful demigod residing on the moon. Moon is actually also like a very elevated planet. And we know actually so-called, they told that they visited the moon with rockets or whatever. And they told there is very dusty there. But actually the description in the Srimad Bhagavatam is different. There is also like a small fire burning all the time. But this is not like the fire, like the normal fire, what we know is heating fire. It's a cooling fire. And very nice, slight, very, very peaceful fire. It's actually the opposite effect. It cools down. It's like very mellow, very shanti. And there is also like a very nice verse in Bhagavad Gita connected with the moon. It's in the 15th chapter, verse 13. And there is described that Krishna is telling, I become the moon and thereby supply the juice of the life of all vegetables. Actually, Krishna is somehow the juice or the life, and also actually the energy in the moon. Actually, it is also told that Krishna's eyes are represented by the moon and by the sun. Actually, his light, his effulgence from Krishna comes through the moon and through the sun. And we know both are very important for us. Without sun, we could not survive at all. You can imagine it would be cold like in hell. Not in hell, in hell is maybe wrong, but cold like in, I don't know where. We could not survive. It would be so cold that everything would be frozen. And we could not even live, we could not breathe, we could not exist at all without sun. Sun is giving us some energy, some little life. And also the moon, on the other side, this is like the warming energy, this is like the cooling and the cooling down energy. Of the Nityananda Prabhu is also his appearance day is coming soon on this week. We should prepare for it. We should meditate about him. And actually he is often described, he is so peaceful, he's so like a cooling moon. And actually, and the moon actually physically so-called gives here on the planet Earth also for the vegetables they are growing, gives the strength, the life. And this some call like prana, or I don't know how we can, this energy we also absorb if we are cooking some vegetable and we eat it. It's like the taste also. And it maybe today soon there is a breakfast, and not even 1 hour, there is maybe some vegetable soup or something, or some khichdi and maybe some vegetables, and then we can taste the vegetables and they have some taste. We can think, oh, that comes from the moon. The moon was supplying this taste inside. It's actually nice. You can meditate everywhere. The moon is actually also connected a lot with the mind. The mind, actually, it's somehow in a connection. And also, the moon is also connected with motherhood. Somehow it's like caring and this motherly nature, this cooling, protecting nature. And also with nourishment. It's also like a mother nourishing the child. The moon is also nourishing. We see also the vegetables, for example. And also with our emotional nature is the moon connected with emotions. Emotions are also very important that we make experience in spiritual life. Not long ago I spoke also a little bit about it. I read somewhere that if we have deep emotions, I mean in a positive sense, not that we are sentimental, you know this word, sentimental. We become mental and with the sentiments. Our sentiments are carrying our mind away. This is not good. But if we are in a positive way touched by Krishna, by some service, by something in the scriptures, and we have some emotions through it, then this is really nice. That's really good. For this we should look that we get some deep, touching experience, that our spiritual life gets nourished. Because it is described that with emotions, if we have emotions, then the experiences goes really deep and we remember it. If we have connected something what happens with an emotion, then we can easily remember. And if we have very nice positive emotions in our spiritual life, then we can nicely even connect all the time to Krishna or something Krishna conscious. Okay, let's go further. Enough from our moon topic. We have also some other but we have not so many, but still some few topics we have. And now we have also first 12 we are now, or we had I think 9, 10, 11. Yeah, okay, we have this. And verse 12. The inhabitants of Shalmalidvipa worship the demigod of the moon in the following words. Now here actually they also worshipping like the moon. But somehow they are aware that Vishnu is the supreme, but like we heard yesterday also in the lecture that moon is like one part of a representative of Shri Vishnu. And they are aware of it, but they're still worshipping somehow the moon, Chandra, but still aware about Vishnu's presence and that the moon is connected with Vishnu or depending on Vishnu. Okay, and now we hear actually this is like the with the following words, these inhabitants of Shalmalidvipa, they are worshipping the demigod of the moon. And the following verse is described. By his own rays, the moon god has divided the mouth into 4 nights. The month. Into 2 fortnights, known as Shukla and Krishna. These are the names of these 2 fortnights. For the destruction of food grains to the pittas and the demigods. The demigod of the moon is he who divides time. And he is the king of all the residents of the universe. He therefore pray that he may remain our king and guide, and we offer him our respectful obeisances. It's a nice prayer from the residents, and they have this feeling of respect to the moon, and that they are depending on him in some senses. It is actually also an interesting point, because we hear it here, one moment, like in the verse. Let's see again. Yeah, it's here that is described for the distribution of food grains. It's actually also the moon is weird important that we have fruits, for example, but also grains are nourished. So also some kind of fruit in that sense, that they're also growing, and they also get the power, energy of the moon. And grains are very important, also actually before, also mainly for sacrifices, but also for our life that we can live. But also like rice, grains, it was important. And if there would be no moon or no moonshine, then we would have weak grain or no grain actually, or no tasty grain. And then we could not do some yagyas, we could not satisfy Lord Vishnu. And and then if we don't have yagyas, then we are not practicing Dharma. And then it's like a atheistic life. It's like a hellish conditions we have actually then. And that's why it's like one point why also moon is so important, and they are aware of it and worshipping the moon. Okay, let's go to our next verse. Okay, that was 12, and now we have a last one. And there we have also a purport by Srila Prabhupada. This I will read, and then some few words, and then we have another topic, and then we end for today, okay? Okay, let's read. Outside the ocean of liquor is another island, known as Kushatvipa, which is 800 yojanas, that means 6,400,000 miles. Can you imagine? No. Wide. Twice as wide as the ocean of liquor. As Shalmalitvipa is surrounded by a liquor ocean, Kushatvipa is surrounded by an ocean of liquor. Is surrounded by an ocean of liquid ghee, as broad as the island itself. It was too much liquor. I was bewildered by the. Oh no, not liquor. It's liquid. Liquid ghee. It's very nice. That has some value. Ghee is really, expensive, because you get only from a lot of milk a little ghee. On Kushatvipa there are clumps or so-called like bushes, somewhat like bushes of kusha grass. Everybody knows kusha grass? Kusha grass. No, kusha grass. It's like it looks nice. Often it is used for, I don't know, some mats and whatever. And you can do, I think, some yagyas on it. Even, I think, snakes. I'm not sure now, but I think if you sit, on kusha grass, there snakes are not coming close. I think the yogis had it. If you sit on kusha grass and meditate, because if they meditate and a snake comes and then they die, it's no value of the meditation. But if you have kusha grass and the snakes don't like it, then they are avoiding if the yoga is sitting on the kusha grass. On that time they were more attentive what to do, what not to do. Now in our days we don't have to be afraid of snakes, at least here in Zurich, not in India still. It's not so, it's a little bit more dangerous. Many people get bitten by a snake and they die. Sometimes they get help if they get quick help, but sometimes they die. Anyway, and the kusha grass. The Kushatvipa, there are clumps, bushes of kusha grass, from which the island takes its name. Actually, the island gets the name of these kusha grass bushes, so-called. This kusha grass, which has created by the demigods, by the will of the Supreme Lord, appears like a second form of fire. Jai Jagannath Baladev Subhadra ki Jai. Shri Shri Gaura Nitai ki Jai. This kusha grass, which has created by the demigods, by the will of the Supreme Lord, appears like a second form of fire. Like a form of fire, but which very mild and pleasing flames. It is young, its young shoots illuminate all directions. Now this is like a little bit, now our interesting topic starts. It's actually described here like this kusha grass, and this is like flames. And also it is here described, its young shoots or like these flames illuminate all directions. Now we can a little bit, anyway, let's read the purport by Prabhupada, and then we can a little bit meditate further. Maybe we get some conclusion of this kusha grass mystery. From the description in this verse, Srila Prabhupada is describing, we can make an educated guess about the nature of the flames on the moon. Now we are again by the moon and connected with kusha grass. Like the sun, the moon must also be full of flames, because without flames there cannot be illumination. The flames on the moon, however, unlike those of the sun, must be mild and pleasing. This is our conviction. The modern theory that the moon is full of dust is not accepted in the verses of the Srimad Bhagavatam. In regard to this verse, Srila Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur says, Sushash Pani Sukomala Shikhas Tesham Rochisha. The kusha grass illuminates all directions, but its flames are very mild and pleasing. This gives some idea of the flames existing on the moon. Now we have here, what is it, Rätsel? What is that? Miracle or no? I don't know. You know what is a Rätsel, huh? What's now? Are there? Is this kusha grass really burning? Is it giving some light? Or is it only like a effulgent kusha grass? Or what? Actually, I was meditating about it and I tried to figure it out, but I don't came to a conclusion because it's somehow interestingly written, even by Prabhupada and also by Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur, also in the verse. You cannot 100% figure it out. Maybe it's like a symbolic meaning somehow, that the kusha grass, but still it's somehow, it's bright, it's somehow shining at least, or whatever. Or it's maybe like, it looks like the small flames on the moon, what are very pleasing, very light flames, very pleasing light, pleasant flames. But anyways, let it stay so. But on the last point of Prabhupada, this gives some idea of the flames existing on the moon. At least we have some idea. Even if we don't have the conclusion, please don't desire to go to the moon. Then you can enjoy there a little bit, but it's not so pleasant forever. It's not forever. Better stay in Zurich and practice Krishna consciousness and go back to Krishna, to Goloka Vrindavan. Okay, and now we have some few minutes more, and I was looking for a nice topic because everybody knows today is the disappearance day of whom? Ramanujacharya ki Jai. And actually, before his disappearance, because now today is his disappearance day, and before his disappearance, before he left this world, he left us, I think, 74 instructions. Don't worry, we will not read all of them. But not all of them, but a few I would like to read. And they're really nice instructions, really nice, devotional instructions. And the main of them we know in Krishna consciousness, but some was even for me very interesting. I thought, wow, it's really nice. Really deep thoughts or deep feelings, deep consciousness behind these instructions. And let's meditate together. I will read some, and maybe we have some few thoughts to it quickly. We have not so much time, but I prepared some. Let's see how far we come, but at least try. Let's go through some nice, deep, devotional instructions from Ramanujacharya. The first one is, he instructs, remember the glories of the preceptors and great devotees before any of your work. We should somehow, in connection with the previous acharyas, with teachers, and it's actually like a humble mood that we know it is not from us, we got something. It's actually it increases in us the ability of thankfulness, that we are dependent and we are thankful. It's actually really nice. Second one, set aside part of the day to praise and complete your own deceptors. That set some, or at least maybe with this first instruction, but even we could a little bit meditate of some of our teachers or whatever, or well-wishers, that, oh, it's nice, so nice that I got this, that I get that I get protected, it's also the similar mood, but a little bit separate, or a little bit different thing, that you separately also think and pray or whatever, if you have some time. The third point is, serve your own acharya and all other devotees equally. It's very nice. It's actually we could give also I could give a lecture to this point, but we have not so much time. Could not elaborate so much. In some sense, we should. This is like a vision of a Uttamadhikari, and maybe if we are not, then we should not imitate. But for sure we serve, but also service is also in different kinds of way. There are different kinds of services how we should serve somebody. There are different, we know our Varnashram system, and we should, according to this, in a respectful way, serve each other. And there are different small rules and regulations, but anyway, not more to it, because then we cannot end. But it's a nice meditation also for an elevated consciousness, in an elevated consciousness of a devotee. Have faith, the fourth point is, have faith and reverence for the teachings of the previous acharyas. Shraddha is actually our first step in spiritual life. If we are doubting all the time, maybe not, maybe that could be something different. I don't believe. I think it's different. I think this is not good. This is like I and my consciousness. It's like Maya consciousness. But if we yes, let's try. It don't mean that we should be blind in something, but we should also prove it. But if we somehow can see, oh, that's nice, that's good, I make progress, that's helpful, let's take it up and let's thankful for it and let's have faith in it. Okay, the next point from Ramanuja is, having come to contact with an acharya due to past good karma, don't go back to the mundane life. If you once got it, stick to it. Go further. Use this opportunity. Don't lose it. There is a saying, if you not use it, you will lose it. It's a similar, like if we have the knowledge, we don't distribute it, we will not keep it. We should speak about it, we should inspire people, we should or at least ourselves. We should at least preach to ourselves. If you cannot preach to somebody else, at least to ourselves, or to your children, to somebody, inspire somebody. Then you keep it and you become also more strong in it, and also others, but not in a fanatical way, in a slight, in a gentle way. We should also learn this way, or like a Brahminical inspiration. Okay, let's stick to our path. 6.6. Upon waking, recall the disciplic succession. Huh? I don't understand. Okay, anyway, we should somehow have a connection to our Guru Parampara. Somehow that's the instruction. Upon waking, recall to the disciplic succession. We should be somehow aware about the Parampara. Point 7. When a learned devotee recounts the glories of the Lord, pay due respect and do not leave early. This is actually also like some Vaishnava etiquette. We can go a little bit in Vaishnava etiquette. Now in Simhachalam, in Germany, by us, my good colleague, one nice brahmachari, is doing now the Bhakta course. There is the teachings of the Vaishnava etiquette and different things, how to worship Tulsi Devi, like the previous acharyas, about Prabhupada, about ISKCON, different topics are described. Everybody should do it, who's new in Krishna consciousness. Then we have some topics what we are aware. And one important thing is I lost the word, sorry in English, like some etiquette, some Vaishnava etiquette that we acting to. And this is one point what he mentioned here. Normally, one example for this is if you sit together, you take prasadam, and there is one senior devotee, somebody who is elder, and we eat. At the first, if maybe he's sitting and taking prasadam, we could ask humbly, can I sit next to you? And then he allows, then we can sit. And actually, for example, if we would finish earlier our prasadam, and he's still eating, then actually it is nice to wait till he's finishing, and not standing up earlier. In a case, maybe if you should do some service or you have to do something, then you should ask, please, please give me your please allow me to stand up and do my service, and then you get the how to say there's a difference. Some it's actually nice. It's not necessary all the time to do it, but it's nice if we are aware and if we know it. Then it's actually we create a gentle mood amongst ourselves in our community. It's a very respectful, a very nice, and then it's like respect. We cannot only accept respect. We should not. How to say erwarten? Expect respect. But we should also give, and then we automatically get, and like a back and forth. And then, if this works, then it's really wonderful. Then the whole exchanges are really nice. Then we respect each other in a nice way. And if you are kshatriya, if you're a woman, if you are like a brahmachari, sannyasi, anyway, then it's like all the time with everybody in a full respectful way. And then it's really nice. It's sweet. There are sweet exchanges. And this is actually in previous cultures, even maybe like 50, 100 years ago, was almost working. Nowadays, almost nothing is remained from this culture. But we should live it. And then we can create good relationships. And then we have he is this or she is that. And then we don't criticize all the time in mind. We can be free of this lamentation and misunderstandings. Then if you're all the time in respect, then it's nice. Then we are satisfied. Okay, we have many, many other points. Okay, what is the next one? Parampara. Do not waste time reading worldly books unrelated to the ultimate truth. I mean, yeah, sometimes it's okay to read some books that can help us, but we should be careful. If we are not major enough, we should maybe not do, better not do. If we have a spiritual master and we are more fixed in our devotional service and we get the, it is allowed for us. For example, I often asked my Gurudev, is it okay to read this book? And he said, oh, yes, or this, or maybe not. Then it's okay, then you can carefully read. Also, my Gurudev told me once, yes, you can read these books, but don't forget to read Srila Prabhupada's books. I said, okay, Gurudev. And we should be all the time aware, no? Then, the next point, where are we? I don't know. Okay. Exercise, restrain in matters of sensual desire. Restraint. We should be restrained in matters of sensual desire. We should keep, we should keep sensual desire far away from us, so far as possible. The next point from him is constantly study the Lord, His incarnations and pastimes. Nice, no? Something what's related with the Lord, we should constantly be behind. It's a nectarian input. It's like our daily bread. It's our daily spirit, to be inspired from Krishna. The next, avoid association with those identified with mind and body attachment. Somebody who's not really very founded in spiritual life and still very materialistic, we should not have that much association. For our own protection from our spiritual life. And we should, on the other side, we should look all the time for some association, some elevated devotees, and we can spend some time with them and get some sparks of bhakti. Because bhakti comes from bhakti. If somebody has some bhakti, then it's like a fire. If you are close to the fire, you can easily get burned. If a spark springs on your clothes, you start to burn. It's like similar with bhakti. If you're close to somebody who has bhakti, it can spring to you. If you're humble enough, if you are like in a good consciousness, in a good exchange, in a Vaishnav etiquette exchange, then it easily happens. You get the blessings, you get the sparks automatically. Okay, then do not waste time, associate. Avoid Vaishnavas enchanted or influenced by passion. Even he's telling avoid even devotees who are a little bit more passionate. It's a little bit discriminating, but still, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is also really strict with these topics, and he's also telling, we should be aware. Actually, it is described a Madhyamadikari who is not he's on the middle platform. He's very aware how he's dealing in his spiritual life. Yes. Avoid those who talk ill of others. Also not good. Criticizing others. The next point is counterbalance contact with materialists to spiritual conversations with Vaishnavas. We have to counterbalance. We have to associate with materialistic persons. Sometimes, in some senses, some dealings, some business, whatever. But we should counterbalance it with talks and association with Vaishnavas. If it's not balanced, then we can keep to the other side. It's not good. Very nice point. Cultivate association with devotees mindful of surrender to the Lord, who are really like to surrender, who are really dedicated and, how to say, serious in their spiritual life. Repeat the names of a devotee as you would the Lord's name from a devotee. Or maybe like before we heard from some teachers or some inspiring devotees. It's also nice to remember then it is described and you can also get qualities of these devotees. If you are praising or if you can get qualities from them. Because somehow then you associate with them even in mind, but association is association. Even close or far or in mind or whatever. Okay, repeat the names. Address Vaishnavas with humility and reverence. It's also like Vaishnav etiquette. Address them humble and in reverence. When seeing another Vaishnava, approach and salute with reverence. Also a similar point. When we see them, we should be also happy if we see Vaishnava, nice, she's so nice, devotee, or he's so nice. Should be happy. If you are not happy if you see a Vaishnava, then we do even an offense. It's actually even offense. And the next point is when they depart, or when they leave, these Vaishnavas, walk with them a short distance before taking leave. You should walk with them. You know, before it was normally somebody would they went with that person, and even I think he's discovering even then if they whatever they go to the car and you go with them. Once last time I was visiting in Innsbruck, there was a nice, really like a Vaishnava family, Indian Vaishnava family, and they received me. There was a program with 100 devotees, and I was allowed to give the lecture. And we were singing, we did a yagya for Jagannath, Baladev, Subhadra. They were small, we did a pushpa abhishek and we sing for them. And if I went, I was hosted by them at home, and it was so nice. And he drove me to the train station, and I told him, "Yeah, you can, thank you, you can leave, and you can." No. I will stay in your association. I come with you till your train. It's not necessary. It's cold, and you have to pay the park ticket here and then. No, I will do. And he went with me and he waited with me a little bit in the waiting station, and then he went up to the train station with me, and it was even, what is it, Winken? If I went into the train and he was saying goodbye, it was really like heartfelt. I felt really like nice. I was not expecting it, but he did it out of this humble mood. Actually nice. Okay, and then the next one. Respond. Sorry, I again lost them. I have so many points here. When they depart, okay, yes. Respond promptly and reciprocate greetings. Respond promptly and reciprocate greetings. Anyway, we could give to every point maybe a lecture. Do not consider yourself equal to any Vaishnava. Do not show disrespect even to a Vaishnava's shadow. Even to, don't step on it and whatever. Yeah, we can really go in details. Sometimes we can say this is fanatic, this is stupid, this is too much. But if we are really humble and we are looking for different things, then we become really sensitive and fine and from a fine feeling nature. And that's actually what we should become. And then we are ready to go back to Goloka Vrindavan, because all of them are really sensitive and really nice and gentle and humble. And if we like to become one of them, we can practice it here. We should practice it here. And then we are ready, then we are qualified for the spiritual world. Okay, and do not cast your shadow on Vaishnavas. Your shadow should not touch a Vaishnava. The next step, next level. Be careful. That's a joke, but we can do it. If we like, we can try it out. Refrain from self-congratulation. You should not praise yourself. Never insult or injure a Vaishnava. Do not neglect Vaishnavas, even if they are poor. Do not so important. We should not neglect them. Treat devotees endowed with devotion, knowledge, and dispassion with respect. We had this point similar before. Treat them who has devotion, knowledge, or dispassion, who are not passionate, with respect. Honor such devotees regardless of caste. We should not have a caste consciousness, because if they're really Vaishnavas, they are beyond Brahmanas. And it was a different topic. But do you like to hear further, or should we stop at 40? Some few points we have more, if you are eager. Okay, we go quick to it. Do not mention the faults of Vaishnavas, because often we don't know why they are doing something. I hear the story, there was one Vaishnava, how to say, stehlen, in a dustbin. He went in and he was looking, something was falling in, and what is he doing there? Which kind of a behavior? Sometimes we don't know why they are doing something, Often if we know, then that's why. But we are not aware because of our limitations, and we should not judge. That's a good point also. Sit respectfully in the presence of the Lord, of devotees or acharyas. For example, don't touch your food, don't show your food, don't play on your food. Some feet are a little bit not so ecstatic. From the Supreme Lord, yes, but not ours. For example, we should not do such things. We should not. Anyway, there are some descriptions in the Nectar of Devotion you can read. While sleeping, ensure your feet do not point towards the temple or Vaishnava's houses. Or to pictures, for example. Should not stretch our feet. Even to devotees, it's like you feel it, like a devotee is stretching his feet to your direction. It's not so pleasant energy. To draw closer to the Lord, follow the teachings of the devotees. Service to devotees is the sole purpose of life. Service to devotees. Without service to God and the devotees, liberation is not possible. Worship of devotees is superior to worship of the Lord alone. Krishna is never alone, so with Radharani, with the cows, with animals, with his cowherd friends, gopis, never alone. That's why we should also respect and serve the devotees and Krishna at the same time. That's why association is also important. Okay, we are almost finished. Bow reverentially before temples or other secret structures. Avoid glorifying earthly places and governments. The practice of rules and regulations is itself the goal. Through this we come to the goal. It's not really like the goal, but through this, what we hear, we come to the goal easy. Practice these precepts not for results, but as devotion. We should do everything what we do, not, I will get this, now they like me, and now this, now that. We should do it out of devotion. The next. Listen attentively when divine qualities are praised. If something really is divine, then listen really attentively. Strive for welfare of all devotees. We should look for the welfare of devotees. If they are in sorrow or in pain or whatever, we should help, or according to what is, again, naturally. But somehow we should see, we should be caring. After surrender, do not act against divine will. We had a similar topic. If we got the knowledge, then we should stick to the path. Always aim to propagate the Acharya's teachings for the benefit of humanity. Okay, now we end here. This is actually also Prabhupada's point. We should share, we should distill this knowledge that every living entity is benefited. Jai. Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. If you have a burning question, you can do it. If not, you can take prasadam. Otherwise, we finish. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Hare Krishna.
Yes, I heard him and exciting.
Nice that you came. I was missing you.
Actually, I was watching YouTube and beautiful talk today. You talked about moon.
There was some topics you shared.
Chakras.
The topics are really making a big difference. I'm not Mahabharata. I searched for some of these, what is going to be mentioned, what is going to be
I was late, but I was on YouTube just watching it and I was able to learn on time.
this one.
You are from where, बेटा?
I'm from Hyderabad.
हैदराबाद, so nice.
आप?
मैं दिल्ली की साइड से हूँ, मुंबई भी कह सकते हैं, like
Okay.
both sides.
आप किधर इधर क्या?
अभी तो बेटा रहता है।
Super. प्रसाद एक प्रसाद.
नहीं नहीं, अभी मेरे को कुकिंग के लिए नीचे जाना स्नान करना
अच्छा,
है.
okay.
I already had little bit ना. In the morning we can't.
Super.